Good afternoon, folks. This is John Wilson, the National Spokesman for the Freedom Union of Australia. And today is Thursday, the 26th of June, and tonight's upload is all about membership renewal, folks. Money, and I need for each and every one of you out there, mate, to pay attention to the following details that I'm going to pass on to you. This upload, ladies and gentlemen, has been inserted. The link has been inserted in a membership broadcast email that's gone out to all members. That will go out tomorrow, which is Friday, the 26th. However, tonight's capture, this recording here, is being done on Thursday, the 26th. Okay, so this link will go out. It will have a write-up, a written email report, and this will be a link inside that email, folks. Okay, it's all about membership renewal. Okay, look, folks, let me go back and sort of background and sort of bring us into where the union is up to and try and give you a little bit of situational analysis. Okay. Everyone can remember where we came from, right? We came from the National Strike Australia, where we tried to use tactical, lawful and tactical, take tactical steps against these councils and government and so on. And we were being heavily resisted by all of them. Okay. The thinking started to mature and started to change late last year, where we decided, or it was thought best, that we have a trade union in the mix, and that would make the difference. That would make the difference. Now, we had to work out how we were going to set up and engineer this trade union, and after examining all of our options, it was decided that international law was the best way to go, to use international law as a means to both engineer the union, but also to hold this belligerent occupation accountable under international law. Okay. Now, the international law that we relied upon is the Rome Statute. Okay, the Rome Statute now has been admitted on the floor of Parliament by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Penny Wong, and in a debate between her and Michaela Cash. Okay, so there's no arguments for this. Now, be that as it may, they're still resisting heavily, very, very heavily. Okay. The wheels are coming off that resistance. I'm talking about this belligerent occupation, right down from federal, state, and also at the council level. Okay, their wheels are falling off. They've got the wobbles on their wheels, but they are still resisting very heavily, and because they got nowhere else to go. Okay. Now, the Freedom Union was set up under international law and engineered. All of the moving pieces were put into place. I'm talking all the infrastructure, etc., and it was done all with so many unknowns. I mean, there were so many reasons why this union should have not been able to be set up. I can tell you that now. Okay, there were so many unknowns, but we got there. Okay, I said a year ago or thereabouts, 10 months ago, whenever I said it, I said, look, I'll deliver you a trade union for $200 a head. And I said, mate, we need about $250,000 to get this union up and running and to have it, do some work for us. Now, we got half of that. You know what I mean? Half of it. Okay. And yet I still delivered this trade union, and the trade union, the Freedom Union, is despite not really having, a lot of financial muscle, is out there swinging well and truly above its weight class. I mean, we're smashing them into the International Criminal Court. we are already at the beginnings of a major piece of litigation against the Australian Taxation Office and the Australian Taxation Act with Birchgrove Legal. And we're also investigating other pieces of litigation, such as a judicial review and other, options. So we're looking at all options. We're looking at all avenues that we can provide resistance and fulfil our obligations. Okay. Now we've done that on the smell of an oily rag, guys, and I'm now afraid to report that there's no more gas in the tank. The Freedom Union no longer has any gas in the tank, mate. I'm now kicking bottle caps, and I have no option but to take some steps to try and recapitalise the union so that we can get out there and keep swinging. Okay. Now I'm going to try to describe this renewal, this call out for fees, right, in the simplest way I can, right, the very, very simplest way I can, so that everyone can understand it. Okay. Look, number one, the existing electronic system that the Freedom Union has with all of the members is this. Okay. When you join, right, we capture the date you join, okay, and you have a customer file set up, etc., and 1 year from the date you join, right, our system automatically sends you an email, right, okay, with an invoice and says, hey, it's time to renew. And the email that you would get would be, it's time to renew, and the cost will be $400. That will be inside of that invoice. Okay. Now, that means that all union members have their own anniversary dates, okay? Their own anniversary dates. And I don't want to disrupt. See, the conundrum that I have, folks, the difficulty that I have is that I don't want to disrupt a electronic system that I've already got in place that I, don't mind. I mean, I don't mind people paying 12 months and getting an annual, invoice after 12 months saying, hey, it's time to renew. That's a great way to run the union's renewal side of things. However, because all this is we're new, because all this is one-off, right? And because from day one, I've said, listen, guys, I've only got half the budget that I need to really do something and to really keep the union on its feet. And I've said that since day one. Now, because I'm now faced with these pressures, right? I now have to do a call out. On one hand, I don't want to, interrupt or interfere with our annual individual renewal process, right? So that's on one hand, okay. But on the other, I need to call out and ask people to renew early, okay, because I need the funds, okay. The union's got to keep the lights on and it's got to keep attacking, okay. So that's the conundrum. So what I'm asking all members to do is this, right? All members, okay, to do is this. As of next week, right? As of next week in July, right? The 1st of July, say, right? Next week. If you are financial enough, okay, I would ask you to pay forward your $400. I would ask you to pay forward, right, your union renewal dues, pay it forward, even though it may not be due. It's before the 12-month anniversary, even though that is before the 12-month anniversary. I would ask you to still pay for the $400 if you can afford it, okay? And I'd simply ask you to do a bank transfer, okay, a bank transfer. Inside of the email, attached to the email, there is a bank account there, guys, that that you can see, and it is the name of it is the Freedom Union Community Trust account, The bank is the CBA, the Commonwealth account. The BSB is 064108. Okay, 064108. And the account number is 10904271. 10904271. And what I'd asked you to do is to use your first and second name in the description of the transfer, if you can. Okay, put your first and second name in description, renewal, right? So that we can, when we get the transfer to our account, we can immediately identify who you are, and we can then allocate that money to your account. Okay. Now that will mean that you will still get your annual renewal. When a date comes up, you're still going to get an email with an invoice, but the invoice down the bottom, it'll be zero. Amount owed, it'll be zero, because that $400 would already be allocated to your account. Okay. Now, look, for those that can't, I mean, if you cannot afford to pay any renewal monies at the moment, and your renewal date is late this year or early next year, then my advice is simply wait. Simply wait. Okay. You've paid your full membership up, right? You've paid your full membership up. Okay. No one and nothing is going to interfere with that. If you can't pay your membership forward, right? If you can't do that because it's not within your budget, do one of two things. One, just sit tight and wait. When it's renewed, when your date of renewal comes up, pay it then. It might be in 6 months' time or 8 months' time. The other thing is contact the union, contact me, and simply ask, can you go on a monthly payment plan? Okay, if you want to pay it in installments, contact us and we'll set that up for you. Okay, so they're the two options that I would ask all union members to do. One, next week, okay, please transfer to the Commonwealth Bank account that I've just given you. Okay, it's on the email. Okay, the account is written out on this email, use your first and second name so that we know who it's come from in the description. Okay. And so that we can allocate it to your account, okay? And if you do that, then when your annual renewal comes up, you're going to get an email with an invoice, but the amount owing on the invoice is going to be zero, okay? If you can't afford, if you are going through hardship, and look, I know what that's like, guys. I really do. It's $400 is not an easy payout for struggling families, okay? But if you are, do one of two things. Wait until your actual renewal comes up, if that's in a few months' time or 6 months' time or something, and pay it. Then delay and try and save up for it or some description. Or contact the union and we'll go on a payment plan, a monthly payment plan that we can just help you out. We got to track all this manually, okay? None of this is automatic. This renewal is not automatic, okay? This is all being done manually, and we've got to handle it manually. And it's a once-off, folks. It's a once-off. This is the only time we're going to do it this way, right? I want to get enough renewal so that I can keep the lights on and all the bills paid until the end of next year. That's 18 months. Okay, I want to get enough in, and then that will cover everyone who is going to renew now or later on. Okay, I'll stretch things out. Okay, now ultimately, I don't know how much of a budget that is going to give us to be able to use as a fighting fund. I now know how much it costs to run the union. I mean, I now know how much all our IT, our webpage, our database costs every month and over the year. I know how much our internet hookup is, Starlink, the office here every month here for this office here, and the professional support that I use here, etc. So I know how much the costs are. Okay, but the unknown is how many or who can afford to renew early. okay? And I need you to do so. I've run out of gas in the tank, folks. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. It's a damn miracle, mate. It's a miracle, mate, that we have got this far so quick. It's a miracle. Now, I'm taking a few risks here. I'm taking a bit of gambling. I mean, we're setting Paul Pettit up down in Melbourne to go out and promote. And I'm hoping that Paul's going to bring in some new membership and promote the Freedom Union everywhere he can. I'm hoping that we can also secure some new members from the CFMEU and from other opportunities that I'm looking at. Now, if that happens, I mean, obviously that eases the financial pressure. But I'd like to try and get an annual budget of about $250,000, about $250,000. I'd like to get. That allows us to pay all of our bills without any problems, but it also allows us to, have some sort of fighting fund. Okay. Now we have big stuff ahead of us, folks. This union really has big stuff ahead of it if we want to. Right. Okay. If we want to really, turn the energy level up on this union and go after some big things, we can do so. Now, right now, I'm showing the membership what's possible. I'm showing them that we can take the federal government on head on and all of its taxation. I mean, we're going to, we're, investigating, litigating. I'm showing you that we can put up some stiff and strong opposition to these councils. I'm showing you how, the Freedom Union can work with outside and other players. I mean, we've got good working relationships with Freedom Union member Simeon Boykov, the Aussie Cossack. We've got great working relationships with Rick Bosey from Australia One. We've got other good working relationships, with Len Harris, former Senator Len Harris, and many other people. I mean, we are not an exclusive union. We're not trying to act, only just for us. We're trying to, really be a good role model, a good citizen out there, and we're trying to work with other people. Now, but there's others out there, folks, I'm never going to work with, mate, ever. Okay, they're tied up with Freemasons, Zionists, Fabians, or other secret societies, mate. So I'm never going to work with them, right? But where I can and where the Freedom Union is able to, we will. And we are doing so, folks. So, the Freedom Union here and our role is badly needed, folks, on the Australian landscape. It really is badly needed. When you look inside of this whole freedom movement that's out there yapping on, very few people are doing anything. They're doing lots of protests. They're doing lots of virtue signalling and all this sort of stuff, but they're not doing any of the hard work. None of the hard work that, say, Len Harris is rolling his sleeves up and having a crack at, nor this union, right? Nor the work that Rick Bosey or others are doing. They won't do any of this really hard stuff, okay? That's only up to us. We have to do that. They won't. They'll virtue signal until the cows come home. So there's a big need and a big appetite for the Freedom Union out there, and we've got to hang in there. We've got to hang in there, and I believe that our role is going to be badly needed coming up. It's coming up, and I've got nowhere else. I can't do the work that I do without having the funding. I just can't do it. I'm already going to bed now, losing lots of sleep because of the attacks on individual members of our union, and not being able to fully do as much as I'd like to do to help them, right? So, it's hard. It's hard when you're kicking bottle caps. So, folks, Renew. Next week, simply go to that Commonwealth Bank, do a transfer, okay, across to the account with the BSB and also the account number, and use your first and second name so that we can allocate it, okay, in the description, okay. If you want to gift anything, mate, we'll accept gifts, not donations, right? Not donations, gifts. If you do want a gift, let us know, and we're happy to accept gifts. I've I'm not talking out of school here, but another member gifted some money, and I used that money and allocated that to two union members that just couldn't renew. They just couldn't do it. They just did not have the money. One was a 75-year-old gentleman on a pension. He still wanted to be a member, but he could not afford the 400. So I was gifted $1,000, and I set aside $400 and used that for to pay for his annual fees. Okay. And there's another one as well. I reported earlier, weeks and weeks ago, about another union member of ours, Shane Ryan, down in Victoria, who was skimmed and scammed with $500 by that Steve O'Brien and that Glenn Agnew. They ripped him off. I have the name of the account that the money was paid into. I have the BSP and I have the account number. Okay, and it is Steve O'Brien's account, right? That 500 was. So there's no arguments about this. But I've floated the idea that the union, provide 12 months renewal for Shane Ryan, brother Shane Ryan, and I got a lot of support for that concept. So that's where, if you donate, that's the sort of money I'll allocate it to stuff like that. Okay. But folks, very important. It's a critical time for the Freedom Union. Now is really when the union should have been launched. Okay. Remember, I set this union up and set all the IT, everything was set up before we got one member. Okay. And then after I was able to call for members, right? Okay. Then I had to go back and pay all the bills that had stacked up, so it was all tricky business getting it this far. Okay. We got about 50% of the budget that I really needed to see us all the way through, and to give us a little bit of a fighting fund there. Now I didn't get that. Okay, that's all right. But now that I've shown all of you what this union is capable, and it's capable of a hell of a lot more, folks, got to understand some colossal changes are coming. Huge, colossal changes are coming globally as well as nationally, right? Our world is going to be, really tipped upside down, okay? And we are going to morph from where we were in 2020 before COVID into something in a whole new country, okay? And we need this union in play. We need it. You need this union in play, okay? Just like you, the union's not getting any buying power, any spending. I mean, when you go to Woolies now and Coles, our purchasing power has evaporated. Well, it's the same for the union, right? We're not getting any money, any purchasing power for the funds that we had. I mean, we really, we did not fare good on some of our purchases because they were time critical and we just had to get it done. But we fared really brilliantly on others. I mean, like our artwork, as an example, the two young women who do all of our artwork have given us like maybe, I don't know, $100,000 worth of free artwork, and it's world class, you see. So on some, in building this union, I mean, okay, it was time critical. We had to get it done. We had to pay a lot more than we wanted, but we got it done. Others where we should have paid through the nose, such as art. And it's not only just that, but some of the other contributions that have been made to building this union have been colossal, and I can't thank people enough. Okay. But, we've now got our union, folks. We've now got it. Okay. And to keep the lights on and keep it running, okay, I need funds. Okay, I need funds. The only way I can get those funds is to call upon you as members to pay forward. Okay. I don't want to interrupt our individual annual payment system. I don't want to destroy that. I want to keep that. This is only a one-off. It's a one-off. It's only this year, this renewal, okay? and that is to pay forward your $400. Okay. Now, if you do that, right, the union is able to pay its bills all the way until the end of next year, and by then our renewals would be coming through anyway from those that waited. Okay. If you're in a bad financial position and you've still got 6 months or 8 months or something on your card, right, until your annual renewal date comes up, wait. Just wait. Okay. All right. Sit on it and wait until it comes up and pay it then. All right. 2, if you want to pay monthly, okay, part payment, contact me, contact the union. We'll set that up for you. Okay. So we're doing everything we can, folks, to keep the union buoyant, right? We're already involved in some very serious stuff. Okay, like I said, we're now looking at taking on, early days, but through Birchgrove Legal, we're now looking at taking on and rendering invalid the Australian Taxation Act. Okay, so keep your eyes on that. We are mobilising against these councils. We're working with the likes of Len Harris and others, and Simeon Boykov, and so on. We are a fair income trade union. Okay, we're not working with secret societies, and we're not working with these silly buggers, mate. We're just not. Okay, but for all genuine activists out there, you've got no problems working with us. Okay, folks, that's a fairly good report. Okay, I'm going to keep doing a couple more uploads, add some information, but the renewal is simple. Okay, just please transfer to the trust account over at the Commonwealth Bank. Use the BSB and account, and use your first and second names. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, folks. Hope you have a great day. This will go up tonight on social media channels, and tomorrow it will go out by way of a mass email. Okay, John Wilson. Thank you.